Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with a review of the Legacy Megazord from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Another addition to the celebration of the Power Rangers 20th anniversary line. So obviously it's Megazord, and the package is done up in a style that is pretty much similar to identical in a lot of ways to the original packaging from the Megazord that released back in the 90s. So anyhow, just because this is special packaging, we'll take a look at it like usual. You obviously have a picture of the Megazord right here, very similar to the way it was in the original packaging. It says Legacy Megazord up here. You've got the MMPR logo up on top here. Oops, sorry about that. Little thing that says metallic paint and die cast. You got the 20th anniversary logo. On the bottom here, it shows a picture of the Dinozords. On the side here, it gives you the story. I'll just leave it on there for a sec. You could pause and read it if you want, instead of wasting your time by reading it. And then also advertises the armored MMPR Red Ranger. On the side here, it says Secret of the Power Zords. And I just want to point out here, once again, look, I'll pause it here if you want to read it. There we go. I like how it talks about the mammoth shield. And then on the side here, or on the back here, it says Mastodon. Because in Zyuranger it was a mammoth, but they changed it to Mastodon for the name here. Anyway, on the back it shows you the Zords you get: Tyrannosaurus, Pterodactyl, Mastodon, Saber-Tooth Tiger, and Triceratops. We all know it. Shows the Megazord and its tank mode. 5 Zords can morph together. All that good stuff. The top is just a picture of the 5 Rangers, Legacy Megazord. Picture of the Megazord. And then this is the bottom. So very cool retro packaging. I quite enjoy that they did that. So now let's go ahead and bring the Zords in. Okay, so we've got the 5 Dinozords here necessary to make the Megazord. It comes sort of in Megazord mode, a little bit separate, but I decided to do it this way. Obviously it also does come with a Power Sword, which is given a metallic finish. It is not metal itself, but it's a shiny finish, much like the original one. Also, if I did not mention, this is the exact same mold as the MMPR 2010 Megazord, which was a new mold of the original Megazord that was released as part of the MMPR 2010 toy line, which was part of the remastered version or the revisioned version or whatever. So it's the same exact mold with a few paint tweaks and die-cast pieces. I will be showing a comparison to them at the end. So anyhow, we'll just take a quick look at the Zords individually. Let's start with Pterodactyl because it's the most simple. Nothing too spectacular. You just got these little details on the front. Something I should mention here while I'm thinking about it is, though this does have stickers on it, when you get it out of the box, there are stickers to apply. For example, this one, and these two here needed to be applied by me. I find that to be extremely annoying. You had to do the same thing with the 2010 Megazord. I guess they really wanted you to have that retro feel. But nothing too spectacular about Pterodactyl. Can't really do anything other than move its head and its wings, mainly because of transformation. Let's take a look at Triceratops here. Not bad looking. Once again, these are stickers you apply. Other than that, it's pretty bland. The tail piece has been changed to die cast, which is nice. There's another sticker you have to put in, which is particularly annoying. The head doesn't look too bad. The antennas have been made a little more of a shiny material to look a little bit better. They're not chrome like the original release was, but they're a little bit shinier than the 2010 release. But so he doesn't really do anything, no wheels or anything like that. Then we have Saber-Tooth Tiger, which actually looks pretty decent. Once again, these were stickers that had to be applied by me. But this one probably has gotten some of the best little changes. The face looks a lot better compared to the 2010 version, which you'll see in Megazord mode. It's got a little bit thicker eyes. The little fangs are a little bit shinier. So it overall looks fine. Yet again, the tail has been changed to die cast for this. So it's a pretty decent looking Zord. We got Mastodon here, which is pretty decent. It's got die-cast pieces for the arms of the Megazord, so it feels quite heavy. The stickers all look nice on them. There were a few that needed to be applied, like this one, which I just messed up on, which I said is really annoying. That would have been the best collector's present if they had just applied all the stickers for us. The main head here has been changed to a light gray color, or it's like a light grayish silver color, which, unless I'm completely wrong, isn't that accurate, because all of the other toys I have of the Megazord or Daijujin are all black, and I remember it being black in the show. So, but anyway, he still looks nice. Whoa, I just noticed that Saber-Tooth Tiger's drunk. And then we have Tyrannosaurus here. Obviously, you can see from the shininess that his legs have been changed to die-cast, which looks nice. He overall is a pretty decent-looking toy. Obviously, the biggest of them. Sorry, his tail went up there for a second. He was excited. Nothing really too much to mention. You can move his legs around a little bit and bend him because of transformation. You can move his little arms, open his mouth as you just saw when I was messing with it. There's a sticker in there somewhere. You can see it right there. that you had to apply. But so there's nothing really to these. In this mode, the main feature is basically to combine them. So that is going to be very simple. We're basically going to go into tank mode and then go right to Megazord mode. So in order to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and prep the legs. So for that, you're just going to raise Saber-Tooth's feet up without messing up the head. And then raise these. Fold this. That one's ready. Triceratops, very simple. All you do is fold his tail in. There we go. Sorry if they're a little bit off camera, but you know what their faces look like. And then T-Rex is very easy as well. You're just going to want to basically move his legs like this, and then you're going to attach these. And then you're basically going to want to set it so it looks like, let me move these out of the way so you can see this better. So that you can see, it looks like he's kind of like crouching. So that's how you're going to want to do that. And then for Mastodon, take off the head here and just set it aside for a moment. And then we're going to be separating these like this. And it's going to be kind of like a jacket. So actually I find it best to leave it like this. So you just kind of wrap it around him and it'll snap on to the back and then it'll snap onto the sides. And then raise its hands up. So it's going to be like a cannon. You can move his head forward a little bit. And then take Pterodactyl's little feet and they are going to become little shooty cannons here. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. I don't know why you're giving me so much trouble. Anyhow, and then for the Mastodon head, just pull this little piece out, and there's obviously a hole right here. And that is pretty much it. Obviously, you're going to need the Pterodactyl. Now, here's my confusion with the Pterodactyl. To fold it up, just you pretty much figure it out. Fold the head in, fold these in. The thing is like the instructions show you snapping it in here like this. Oops. I was thinking of the Megazord, I'm sorry. Don't fold the head in for this formation. I apologize about that mistake. Anyhow, the instructions show you putting it like this, right? But I find that to be rather annoying and it very rarely stays in place and it's constantly falling over. So what I would usually do is just kind of lay it like this, which would also usually fall over. But if you put the tail up, I usually rest it in between the tail. Okay, so I went ahead and positioned it a little bit differently because I was knocking over the camera trying to reach around. Anyhow, you didn't need that explanation. So that's how I like to do it, just because the way the instructions show it just doesn't work out too well for me in general, and I kind of prefer this the way this looks. But honestly, it doesn't matter to me either way because I don't really care for this mode. So let's go ahead and go to what really matters, which is the Megazord. So to do that, we're just going to plop her off, inconsiderate, just like the Pink Ranger. And then we're also going to plop off the mammoth head and set it aside, and then take these off momentarily as well. And then this is going to be very simple. Let me pan the camera down just a bit. Basically, we're just going to stand this dude up. So just pull him up like this. He will stand up. Pull his feet up so they become feet. To be accurate, you're going to want to put the teeth up here, I guess. So now it's standing. Come up here. Very simple. Don't knock it over like an idiot like I just did. We're going to take his hands, and then these will just rotate in to become hands instead of feet or feet cannons. So very simple. Then you pull them down, pull these up, and then pull this little compartment out right here. And you're going to pull the Tyrannosaurus head off, pull that up, pull these out, Megazord sequence initiated and all that. Then for this, we're just going to, now we're going to want to fold down the Pterodactyl head. I completely mix-match those two up for some reason. And then just place it on there. And then for quick and easy storage, you just place these on the back here, like they should be. And then obviously this is going to become the shield. Just pull out the little holder again. It goes in its hand. And then we have the sword. It goes in its other hand. And I'm going to straighten his ear out so it doesn't look like he just had surgery. And there we have the Legacy Megazord. It is actually pretty cool looking. To be honest, I actually did prefer the MMPR 2010 Megazord mold to the original mold. I thought it was a little more streamlined. And this one looks even better. It's not too huge of a difference, but I think it does look quite impressive. It looks really nice with the die-cast pieces throughout. I do think there could have been a little bit more die cast to make it more worth your money, as opposed to the sparse die cast, but they did get it in the right places so that it's on the arms and legs so it looks a little even. I wish they, like I said, I wish they would have spread it out a little more, just maybe done a little bit more to it to make it worth your money if you have already purchased the 2010 Megazord or possibly the original. But I still think this is actually a great looking Megazord. Articulation wise, there's really not much to go over. Obviously these can bend a little bit and these can rotate around 360, but that doesn't really change much. The head can't move around because of transformation, because I don't think it can. Nope, still can't. But so yes, like I said, very cool looking. Let's take a look at it quickly next to the MMPR 2010 Megazord. As you can see, virtually the exact same thing. This has got a shinier sticker on it. The shinier sticker on here as well. If you take a look at the heads, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to pull down their swords. Obviously, he did not come with a metallic sword if you hadn't caught on to that. So zoom in here. Here's the MMPR 2010 Megazord helmet. Here's the new one. It does look a little bit better. The eyes are a little bit thicker. You can see. Better one, better two. No kidding. But so it's just a little more refined. So it does look a little bit better. So you're like old and busted, new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. Also, if you can see any dust on here, I apologize. I tried to clean it as best I could. But so the helmet does look a little bit better. Moving down, obviously you can see that this one doesn't have die cast and this does. Just generally shinier stickers. This one has the completely black mammoth head on the bottom here. Obvious die cast switched out parts. Now let me zoom down here. If you can see right here, here is the Saber-Tooth Tiger head on the 2010 version. And here is the Legacy Megazord. So as you can see, a lot better looking. Triceratops not quite as noticeable. You can see the shinier plastic for the silver that I pointed out. It's a little crooked there, so I'm sorry about that. But as you can see, just some very fine details. But it does look like a lot more of a refined version. Personally, I would like to do this. I think it looks better. I don't know why he's going to get that one, but I kind of like that better. But I'm going to switch it back for the sake of the review. But anyhow, it is the same exact mold, same exact functionality, just basically with a little bit better paint details and some die cast. So if you didn't pick up the 2010 Megazord, then you're probably going to want to get this one. And now just for fun, let's bring in the original Megazord from the 90s. Here it is, the original release. I know that it's missing some stickers before you start like talking about it, and I do not know where the sword is because I usually keep this in Ultrazord mode, so I keep the sword somewhere else. So as you can see, quite a big difference. It is a bit taller, a bit fatter. Obviously mine's missing some details. I do think this one still looks good, but as I said, I do much prefer the new mold. So you can see there the differences. You got some chrome paint here, no die cast, but I much prefer the 2010 mold, specifically the Legacy Megazord. So, as for the final verdict, I actually quite enjoy this Megazord. I wasn't as excited to get it as some other people because, like I said, I did get the 2010 version. But this is an all-around better version. You got some better paint, some nice die cast. It's easily the best looking. It's actually probably my favorite of the 3 Megazords that I own. Not like 3 Megazords ever, but 3 of this Megazord. So if you haven't picked up an original Megazord, if you don't have the original one, or if you don't have the 2010 one, then I recommend you pick this one up, because it's pretty easy to get a hold of. You can just walk into Toys R Us and get it. You don't have to scour eBay for an expensive one. I know that the original 90s one can go for pretty expensive, or at least it could. If you do have the 2010 one, I don't think this is an absolute must-buy. If you're a huge fan of the Megazord and you want a little bit more of an upgrade, I don't think you'll be too disappointed, but if you do have this one, I don't think it's a necessity. I think if they would have just used some retro packaging on the MMPR 2010 toy line, they could have sold a lot more, because this whole like retro nostalgia thing they're going for with the Morpher and Megazord is really working for people. But so anyhow, I do enjoy this. I think it's the best version of the Megazord because I like the mold the best, and it is a bit touched up. It looks like a basically classier version of this, but only pick it up if you absolutely want it, if you already have this one. But otherwise, if you don't have a Megazord, this is a perfect opportunity to get a representation of the original Megazord. I actually quite enjoy this more than I thought I was going to. So anyway, that about wraps it up. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at Riders, Ranges, and Rambles. Until next time, it's Awesome Rider, signing out.